Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I am your host Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, updating you on the latest news and weekend review. And now for your latest on the hit list. Welcome back. Former Brave Warriors International and Black Africa legend Lolo Gorasep hopes that the football impasse will be resolved. Gorasep feels that the only possible solution is when a new leadership in the executive is elected. The former BA playmaker, who is currently serving as an advisor to the club, also revealed that he has shifted his attention to helping Special Olympic athletes. The weekend drop awaits for us after the break. Stay tuned.
Go far with Paratus. Go further with Paratus Fiber. Paratus, offering high-speed, reliable fiber connectivity, starting from only 599 Namibian dollars per month. Unlimit your lifestyle and visit na.paratus.africa for more information.
Always prepared. Paratus.
Welcome back. Well, it was indeed an important weekend, that's of boxing at the Helao Nafidi Town Hall. MTC Nasta Sunshine Boxing Promotion boxers have expressed aspirations for bigger challenges following victorious night at Helao Nafidi in the Hangwena region on Saturday. Philippus Energy Gitumbwa, Charles Shinima and John Jolonimus all secured victories in a night of 12 fierce boxing bouts. Gitumbwa retained the WBO Africa Global Super Bantamweight title after a TKO over Seth Chino, while Jolonimus defended his WBO Africa Super Middleweight title after DRC's Eric Simanga retired in the 8th round. WBO Africa welterweight champion Charles Shinima retained his title after beating South Africa's Mikuolo Ndawanyana by a second-round KO. In other results and action, well, Sam Matthews was defeated by Emmanuel Jason on a split decision. Linakela Ngifindaka lost to Ambrosius Keimwini by split decision, while Lazarus Shaningwa beat Onesimus Nekundi by a unanimous decision. Nestor Thomas beat Antonio Moses by a unanimous decision, while Joseph Hihangwa and Thomas Jerobim's fight ended in a draw. In the first bout of the day, Frederick Ngutenyane beat Reynold Matthews by a unanimous decision. Helao Nafidi Town Council Mayor David Shulukeni thanked MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Promotions for bringing boxing to the people. Promoter Nestor Topias, on the other hand, lauded the people of Helao Nafidi and surroundings for coming in their numbers to support that is boxing in general. It was indeed a very packed Helao Nafidi Expo Hall, as all people from those areas actually gathered in their numbers. Sport Rep was in Helao Nafidi and has these interviews and footage compiled for you. We, however, apologize for any background sounds and poor quality due to the noise that was in the hall. Enjoy.
Even now I'm excited because I knew I was in a good shape. I knew I could take him down because I prepared so well for this fight. So I was excited to enter the fight.
Are you perhaps disappointed that you delivered the technical knockout within seconds?
Yeah, this usually happens. I usually give knockouts early rounds, but this time I wanted to give a better performance to my opponent. But I couldn't watch him being very slow, so I knew I would just take him out. It's unfortunate to everybody who was present that I couldn't go.
Has said that the winner remains Paulinus John Jolonimus, the WBO Africa Super Middleweight Champion.
John
It is a victory for you. Quite a tough first 5 rounds or so, but you managed to get back and you threw in the towel. How did you feel about the fight?
Yeah, the fight was so different because the guy shot, man. Anyway, you know, sometimes you fight according to the opponent. I don't blame that, but yeah, he withdrew because he received much that jab. I was missing with that right, but yeah, because he shot.
So you got him and he felt it, right?
Yeah, he was just feeling he felt my power all the time, like especially the jab, even though it was not that much.
Thank you. Energy, congratulations. It seems like easy work, but I know it's not easy. It took a very good punch to put Chino to bed as early as possible. Were you expecting that?
Yeah, I'm sure. I know that when I don't expect that, I will beat him. Because it was a fight for me, I know.
Okay, so what's next for you?
No, we'll see what is next for me. I will go and see what is next for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
How was the fight?
The fight was good. And I was preparing this fight well. And I was not having a problem with the training. So for now, I know my promoter now maybe is taking me to WBO Africa. Because I defend this title maybe almost 7 times or yeah, somewhere there. Because then I still winning the title. So for now, I think maybe he take me to WBO. Yeah. And I was preparing my fight well to win this fight to prove from them because this my opponent was undefeated and he wanted a title from me. So anyway, I have a title. So I still have my title.
Well, welcome back. It was not only just a night of wonderful boxing, but it was a night of debutants as well, who made their debuts and actually becoming victorious for the first time in the ring. And that was a night for those experienced boxers who lost as well, and a night for those that just couldn't get a punch, connect a punch together. Well, the town of Helao Nafidi, however, enjoyed every moment, and I was there to witness it as well. Charles Shinima's knockout, devastating knockout, was one of the highlights of the night as he dropped the South African. It was indeed a scary moment for many of that were present at the boxing hall, who thought that probably the South African had died, because his time stood still for a while there as paramedics attended to the South African, who received a very, very dangerous blow on the head from Charles Shinima, the hard-hitting Shinima. That is why he is actually apologizing to the fans who were hoping that they would see a bit of action from him, but it only took him 2 rounds for him to deliver that devastating knockout. Upon analysis as well, that is Jolonimus really struggled to put down. That was the Congolese boxer who really gave him a tough time from the 1st to the 5th and 6th round. But of course, the 8th round saw Jolonimus picking up speed and actually delivering a right hand jab that hurt the South African, who felt that, the Congolese indeed, who felt that he couldn't continue with the fight after their throwing in the towel. That was also one of the highlights of the night, was Paulus Amavila, who fought against Kaluk. This was a very, very tricky fight. Amavila showing that he has come of age to win his first national title. Well, they had to throw in the towel. That is Master Chief Matara of Kaluk, coach of Kalux, who threw in the towel because Kalux was really being punished for that, and he actually ended up in the hospital after the bout. It was indeed a fierce night of boxing from the MTC Boxing Promotions. Most of the fighters dedicating this one to the fallen heroes, given that it was part of the Independence celebrations as well. Well, happy Independence Day to everyone indeed. Well, and on to the next one. Right arm spinner Piquia France made his presence felt at the King Prize against MR24 over 7 Nams Fire on Saturday morning at the United Cricket Oval in Olympia, Windhoek. King Price 237 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in 20 overs won the battle by 93 runs against a helpless MR24-7 Nansfire outfit that could only accumulate 146 to 5 in 20 overs. Ex-score M&M Science scored 142 runs all out in 20 overs, winning by 26 runs versus AMH BA Blasting that scored 116 for the loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs. Sunday, the AMH-BA Blasters 191 to 4 in 20 won their match by 48 runs against MR24-7 Emsfire. That's by 98 over 7 in 15 with the Duckworth-Lewis method. Spotify is next, but before that, we go for a short break. Stay tuned. Welcome to the youth section of Spotify. Well, it is always very, very special to have some activities within the sport fraternity that involves the youth, schools, and you can name them it all. Let's have a look at what the local youth were busy with in the sports this weekend. The Basketball Federation had their Independence Tournament, which they host annually as a way of celebrating independence, and it took place at UNAM. A lot of teams showed up to take part in the tournament and showcase their skills. We got a few words from Helena Uwanga and a few scenes from the game as the UNAM team won against NAST. Stay tuned.
Which we play annually, and just to celebrate Namibia and to celebrate independence. So this game started on Thursday and we finished tomorrow. Today we just finished playing against NAST. We won, which is great, and we have Sparks playing UNAM Cats. UNAM Sparks is playing UNAM Cats now, and we've got the semi-finals between the men happening after. And we have the finals tomorrow at 4. We have the ladies with Sparks versus Legends, and then the guys, it will be determined today who's playing the finals tomorrow. So yeah.
How's the tournament so far?
So far it's been great. There's been a great turnout, and then it's just been fresh off breath air because it's just been smooth. It's been smooth, and there's not been any fights. There's not been any issues. Players are respecting the game, and it's really great to see that people are coming back to the game.
Okay, and how was your game today?
The game today was actually really great. We enjoyed it. We actually had a lot of fun, and winning was like a bonus.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back. Well, basketball has always grown from strength to strength in Namibia, and a lot of basketball players have shown quite a lot of interest in the sport, many aspiring to become the next Michael Jordan or the next teams like the Chicago Bulls, and you can name them all, the famous teams of basketball. Well, we are still to win our first big title, but basketball still continues to grow. Let's wish them all the best in that regard. The Namibia Tennis Association hosted the first senior tournament of the year at the Central Tennis Club in Olympia. The tournament allows players to collect points, which allows them to qualify and take part in the ITF tournament. Dumiso Moyo and Larushka Kruger had this to say. Stay tuned.
So every tournament that we play, especially senior tournaments, comes with ranking points. That also count to your Davis Cup or Fed Cup points. That happens throughout the year. So within the year, we have about 19 tournaments per se, and next month we have the ITF International Cut Tournament, which will have maybe close to 13 countries coming to Namibia, and we hope to see you guys show up and we enjoy.
Yeah, my name is Larushka Kruger. Today I'm here playing the senior tournament. So I've prepared for this for a long while now. We play basically an hour a day just to keep ourselves going. Some days I play 3 hours just to keep my fitness up there. Yeah, today I made it to the semis. You could say it's good. I lost one match though, it wasn't amazing. But the other one I won with a 6-love, so it was good.
Welcome back. Well, that was the Tennis Association, which has also been growing from strength to strength. That is the Olympia Tennis Central Courts, where a lot of tennis action actually takes place. Namibia is actually doing well in that regard. 32 years of independence, and we hope that they can actually improve going forward as well. Remember, there is a lot of Namibians that are aspiring to become the next, that's Serena Williams, the next Roger Federer, the next Naomi Osaka, and you can name them. Well, that is all for the Tennis Association. The Nami Poultry Gravity Cup Grand Slam Season 4 kicked off in style. It is a school event that took place over the course of 3 days at Afis Park. Well, we have some action for you. Schools from all around showed up in numbers to compete for medals and prize money. Several sports events were held, including netball, rugby, and 7-a-side soccer games. Here are a few highlights from the soccer games as Okahanja won the penalty shootout against St. Paul's College team.
Let's go, these are
Well, the meaning of sport is detailed in those celebrations from those Okahanja boys who won the competition on a penalty shootout. They say sports unite, and sport actually brings joy and keeps many from the streets. And it is great to see that youth sports has also been evolving in the past 32 years. Well, it has taken a dip a bit in a few years, but we can see that it is returning to its grades. And that is it we heard from you from Spotify. We look forward to seeing you again on Thursday, same time, same place, as we bring you an update on sports that will be taking place over the weekend. Remember also to stay tuned to our social media pages at MyZone on Facebook and Instagram, including Twitter as well. That is all we had from Spotify. After the break, we cross over to our international correspondent Ari Ohad with the latest international news. Stay tuned.
Good day everyone, it's time for international sport, and we start off with cricket news from the World Cup in New Zealand, the Women's 50 Over World Cup. And the latest game that was played was between the West Indies and Pakistan, and it's Pakistan that won the game by 8 wickets. It was a rain-delayed game. It started late and it was reduced to 20 overs. It was an important game for the West Indies, but they lost, unfortunately. They were number 3 on the log before the start of the game. And it was an important game for them to make sure that they in the top 4. Only 4 of the 8 teams go through to the semi-finals, and they're in a tight position now. It could be England and India that overtake the West Indies to take the top 4 spots. Lots of cricket still to be played, and South Africa will have a big say in that. South Africa's next game is the next game in the tournament, that is against Australia. But South Africa also still need to play both India and the West Indies, and the results from those games will determine who will end up in the top 4. Now on to some tennis news, and after the tournament played in California, that's the Indian Wells Masters, news from that in the women's section is that Iga Swiatek of Poland is the new world number 2 in the world rankings, just behind Ashley Barty of Australia, that is still in number 1 position. She achieves that position on number 2, that is Swiatek. That is because she won the Indian Wells Masters. She beat Maria Sakkari of Greece by 6-4 and 6-1. And Swiatek of Poland is just 20 years old and a new sensation on the tennis circuit in the women's section. And she also won the previous tournament in the WTA Thousands tournament, so she's got back-to-back wins in that. Also on the men's circuit, it was news there is that Taylor Fritz of the USA. He went through to win the Masters, the Indian Wells Masters, tough game against Rafael Nadal. 35-year-old Rafael Nadal, a legend of the game. And it was Taylor Fritz that won in the end. The score was 6-3 and 7-6. And also great news for Taylor Fritz. He's 24 years old, and also in the world rankings, he's up to number 13 in the world with that victory. Both the players struggled with injuries. It was Taylor Fritz that struggled with ankle injury. And also it was Rafael Nadal that complained of a chest injury halfway through the first set. But in the end, it was Taylor Fritz that came through and won that tournament 6-3, 7-6. And now MotoGP news on the motorcycles. It is Miguel Oliveira of the KTM team that won the Indonesian Grand Prix, and it was quite difficult conditions. It was raining the whole time, but he won the Indonesian Grand Prix. The points table after 2 GP races at the moment is Ania Bastianini. He leads by 30 points after the first two races. And then in second place is also of KTM is Brad Binder of South Africa on the KTM Red Bull, and he's second on 28 points. And 1 point behind him is Fabio Quartararo. He is in third on 27 points. Brad Binder's brother, that is Darren Binder, he also did well in his first Grand Prix points. He finished in 10th position in Indonesia. Brad Binder finished in 6th. Now we conclude with some golf news. It was the Valspar Championship that was played in the PGA, the US PGA in Florida, and it was Sam Burns that won that tournament, and he moves up to number 10 in the world with that win. His new world ranking is number 10, and the number 1 world ranked player at the moment still is Jon Rahm. A big major coming up, that is the Masters, the US Masters that will be played from the 7th to the 10th of April. So all the professional players leading up or getting their form into place for that big major coming up. There's still one tournament on the PGA that's going to happen before the Masters, and that is this coming weekend. It is Valero Texas Open that will take place in San Antonio in Texas. So that's the international sports news at the moment, and have a great day, and we talk again tomorrow. Goodbye.
Go far with Paratus. Go further with Paratus Fiber. Paratus offering high-speed, reliable fiber connectivity, starting from only 599 Namibian dollars per month. Unlimit your lifestyle and visit na.paratus.africa for more information.
Always prepared. Paratus.
Welcome back. Well, it is important to note that after 32 years of independence, the Namibia Media Holdings and TV channels, sports channel, has begun to broadcast different sport codes and different sport activities. As we speak, we have currently been broadcasting, that's the cricket, live cricket as well. That's on channel 285 on DSTV and 94, that's on Go TV. It has indeed been an involvement of digital media from the Namibia Media Holdings Company. That is all we had for you today. Do not forget to catch us again. That's on Tuesday at the same time, same place. From me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, it is ciao.